set up here. Okay. Just a moment. No, we don't need that. I am looking for a green screen. Okay. All right. Hi everybody, my name is Lasha ROJENKO. You've reached the channel High Voltage. Why do I call this channel High Voltage? Well, because it had to be called something. If you're interested in YouTube, and if you're interested in quote-unquote influencers, and if you're interested on an iteration of an iteration of an iteration, which means I'm going to be talking about what different YouTubers are saying about Candace Owens in reference to Charlie Kirk's passing. Now, Cheer Denise is actually one of my favorite. Oh, I'm looking for another phone to find the transcript to read it, but I'll just say it. Cheer Denise was one of my favorite YouTubers ever. I was probably her 900th subscriber, and she started off like way before me, like not way before me, like 6 months before me. And 132,000 people are quote unquote in the world of Instagram and YouTube following Cheer Denise, as they should. She's so talented. Now, I don't subscribe to the word subscribe, and I don't subscribe to the word following, because Jesus had followers, not YouTube quote unquote influencers. So my first question is, what is an influence? And the reason that what's an influencer? And the reason I'm bringing up Cheer Denise just as an example is because she brought up Candace Owens' response. Hello, nice to see you. How are you? Cheer Denise brought up Candace Owens's opinion and work on Brigitte Macron. She didn't say anything about Harvey Speaks, and she was talking about the investigation Candace Owens is conducting on YouTube. And I'm just watching Cheer Denise's video, and I watched the whole thing. I commented, I left a huge comment. I even took pictures of my comment. Now, I wish I knew how to flip this up and read my comments. Hi, Tweva. But Cheer Denise was such an influence on me, okay? So, like, for example, when I see an iteration of an iteration of an iteration, it's like me repeating what she said about Candace Owens. So really, this is just YouTube hearsay and opinions. And why are people talking about other YouTubers? Why? Why? Why does Cheer Denise have to commentate and apologize to her quote unquote audience? That's, we're her audience. I don't like that. Like, I like participation. Okay, this is her transcript, okay? And I used to I used to listen to Cheer Denise all the time because she's the best storyteller on the planet. She is so talented, and she has, did you like that AI one, Trevor? She has so much talent. She reads books, and ever since, she said, I took down all the videos, and one of the best videos I ever produced, and there were 600,000 views. And I couldn't believe that I put that into the world and 600,000 people watched it. I've listened to her cut down Lady C. She talks about conservatism, and then she criticizes Candace Owens about what their real relationship was, and it's not, Candace's burden to bear, and blah 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 blah. And her presentation and her articulation in reference to her disdain and her disdain toward, apparently, quote, Candace Owens's appalling behavior. Who is she to say anything about Candace Owens and what grief can do to people? And you know what kills me? She claims to be a Christian conservative. Candace is a Christian conservative, and that's not very Christian-like, and that's what kills me about religion. It causes wars. Why? Like, that's going to give me a nervous breakdown. And I love Cheer Denise. Okay, look, I don't like the Roundup Fridays, but I love her book reading. She inspired me to read. I still listen to her stories from way back when she read Harry and Revenge and The Traitor King and The Mountbattens by Andrew Lowney. And now she's reading Elite in reference to Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew, and it's called The Downfall of the House of York. And it's about Sarah Ferguson's ties to Epstein. And Cheer Denise is reading the book, and she's phenomenal. But I just don't understand why, quote unquote, like, I used to think what Cheer Denise said was gospel truth because I was so vulnerable. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, oftentimes people can get influenced online by very vulnerable people. That's why I now watch every type of podcast, whether it be from England, Australia, Denmark, Sweden, if you have VIP. And also, I watch Megyn Kelly, Maureen Callahan, Mary Trump, Bill Maher. I watch the left and the right in the States. I watch the left and the right in the States. But I believe that the left and the right are really on, like, middle ground together, and like they probably all stand around together and decide who's going to be the sacrificial party and lamb, and they're all probably working together, in my opinion. Anyways, don't we just all project all the time? I am nobody to talk about Cheer, and Cheer is nobody to talk about Candace, because that's what free speech is about. It's about opinions. It's not about criticizing opinions and then apologizing for changing your mind, And I just don't understand how two Christian women that both bear fruit with their loins and have babies and husbands and go to church on time are criticizing. I don't understand it. I'll never get it. Maybe I'm just not built that way, like me, Top G. Okay? Gird your loins. Okay, that's all I have to say. Thank you for joining, and have a great day. Everything's going so well, and I'm really going to bed. It's 11:06. I'm going to bed. I'm gonna lay my head down. Okay, good night, everybody. I had to get that off my chest. Okay, bye. How do I end this? Oh, this is I'm terrible at ending these. No, Trevor, sweetie, I gotta go to sleep.